which is why there's always objectification. And let me elaborate. I'm not trying to be deliberately cryptic. It's that you were born is a story. You were told you were born. What do you know for sure? Do you remember your birth? Well, if you remember your birth, then you were there. Do you remember before your birth? If you remember before your birth, you were there and you weren't actually born. If you don't remember before your birth, you don't know you were born. All you know is that you don't remember it. But what do you know for a fact? You know presence of experience, which does not change over time. What it looks like changes, absolutely, continually, but what it is doesn't change. It's always presence, it's always experience, and what is present experience is independent of what it looks like. In other words, you can be very, very sick. You can be in bed, with whatever. I mean, just some horrendous disease and feeling absolutely horrible and be full of drugs and all that. Just extreme conditions of experience, and yet presence of experience hasn't changed. It's still you here, right? Experience here. Experience is not any less here when you're sick. Experience is not any more here when you're well. Experience is not any more here when you're happy. It's not any less here when you're unhappy. It's not even any less here when you're unconscious. Unconsciousness is a direct experience. When you're unconscious and you come out of it, you don't feel like you were newly created. There's continuity there because there's a sense of being, and that being is experience. That being is independent of what it looks like, and all appearance takes place within that being. The being is beyond space and time, so it can't be born and it can't die. And what appears is born and dies every instant. Every time you go to sleep, your entire world disappears. You die to it. You go into something else, and then you go into a dream, and you're born into the dream. It seems like something else, but the experience hasn't changed. It just looks different. When you're in a dream, you're not actually in the dream. The dream is in you. When you're in this life, you're not actually in this life. This life is in you. It's in your experience. And when you were born, that event happens within your experience. When you die, that event's going to happen within your experience. When you're on your deathbed, it's going to be you here, just like always, just like right now. And you're going to be, sick or in pain or drugged out or blissfully happy or bored or whatever it is you are. But it's going to be you here, experiencing something. It's going to look like something. And 2 minutes from the instant of your death, you're going to be here experiencing something. 5 seconds from the instant of your death, you're going to be here experiencing something. What exactly is going to happen 5 seconds after that? You're going to be here experiencing something. Death is going to be something that happens within your experience. So life doesn't make experience. Experience makes life. And experience, the reality of experience, which is the reality of being, is independent of what it looks like. When a dream is over, you don't die, you don't disappear. It just moves on to appearing differently.